Yes. Does eating muthokoi make kamba girls beautiful? Does it? Look, these are the kamba girls. Look, are they beautiful? There. Do you find them beautiful? There they are. Those are kamba girls. Well, I went to Kambani and I noticed a number of unique things. One was the specialty carvings. Two, the rather hot weather. Three, a unique food called muthokoi, which is maize without husks. And four, beautiful women. That's Ukambani. That is the position of Ukambani in Kenya. You can see somehow to the southern, somehow the east, somehow central. No, that is the Ukambani area. Close to Nairobi, stretching towards Mombasa. And you see, there it is. Tanzania is on the south of Kenya. There is the Indian Ocean on the eastern. There's Lake Victoria. And Uganda, if you went, the very east will be Somalia. And the north, which is not seen, you will get Sudan, Ethiopia, and so on. So Kenya is in East Africa, and Ukambani is like in eastern kind of position in Kenya. So I went to Ukambani. That is one hotel in Machakos. And at my hotel, I asked a little and was told that men from other tribes in Kenya do flock into Ukambani in search of Kamba natural beauties. Now, out of curiosity, I wanted to know why the Kamba women are beautiful or are thought to be beautiful, and got a partial explanation at that site, Hivi Sasa. And they said, or it is said, that for reasons why Kamba women are naturally beautiful, the food they eat, the environment they live in, the beauty products themselves, and the sex. These were mentioned. And you can read them at that link. So I was told the Kamba women are specific with their food. That it is rare to find a Kamba woman eating junk food. Majority of Kamba ladies hate junk food. I was told that the ladies, and indeed even men, eat their natural food like muthokoi, green grams or ndengu, and fruits. And yes, I enjoyed mangoes, which are among the most loved fruits in Ukambani, and they grow in Ukambani. I was also told that the muthokoi that they eat contributes towards their beauty. Now, whether there is some scientific evidence in this argument of muthokoi eating or not, I was interested in muthokoi, which tasted quite yummy to me. Yes, muthokoi is maize without husks. It is a dish among the Kamba community from that eastern part of Kenya. It entails removing the outer skin of the maize grains by using a pestle and a wooden mortar. Now, being one that comes from the eastern part of Kenya, this is a delicacy that I hardly stay a month without preparing it. One lady told me at the hotel, yes, I was served, I experienced that delicious muthokoi of Cumberland or of Ukambani. Soft, nice, delicious in the mouth. Wow, yes, I enjoyed it. Now, making muthokoi entails removing the outer skin of the maize grains by using a pestle, or what they are calling muthi, and a wooden mortar they call ndi. Those are the ones. You can see them there. The pestle and the mortar. Now, the kamba make muthokoi as follows. So I was told. Dry maize is taken from the granary, that's the granary, which they call ikumbi, and it's put in a large half calabash, they call it nzele, or a plated tray used for sifting lungo, that's the calabash. Sifting is lungo, as I was told. So there they are. Look, not just in Ukambani, in many parts of Kenya and indeed of the world, you'll see ladies, even men, sieving. So to sieve the dirt from the maize for making muthokoi, another large calabash was used, apart from the one we saw earlier, while standing where wind was blowing. So either as they lift the calabash, and in this case you can see something like a tray, they throw it up in the air, and the wind that is blowing will remove the lighter parts, and you can see. Yes, this is how they do it. Indeed, even in other parts of Africa. I was in Zambia. I saw the women doing that. I was in Nigeria. They do it. So, we call this winnowing. And winnowing is indeed a farming method developed by ancient people for separating grain from chaff. It is also used to remove weevils or other pests from stored grain. So when grain is thrown up or poured down, the wind blows away the light material as the heavy grain remains clean. So that is how the Kambas also do it with their muthokoi. And after they have done the winnowing, the maize is then put in a mortar, what they call ndi. Some water is added to soften it, and then a wooden pestle or the muthi is used to do the pounding. Now the pounding can take about an hour in something like what you see there. Sometimes it is done by two people, as illustrated in this picture, at the same time to make it faster. So it's rhythmic. In the same mortar, two people rhythmically pound the maize, sometimes as they sing, sometimes as they talk, and I watched, they enjoy it. So indeed, I observed women pounding muthokoi in Kamba land. There it is. You see maize in that mortar, and the pounding is going on. Two ladies, rhythmically, calculatively, coordinatingly, they pound the maize in that container, in that mortar. They talk, they tell each other stories as they do it. You can listen. I don't understand the language, but I know they must be telling each other some stories or explaining something, or probably discussing how delicious it will be. Maybe how their daughters will get beautiful eating it. So there it is. I watched that pounding with interest. I enjoyed it. Very rhythmic, but also tiring. So you can imagine the cholesterol that is being burned, and that's why not very many Africans die of heart attack or cholesterol-related diseases. So, as the pounding continues, the maize starts drying and more water is added until the husks are completely removed from the grains. Once the pounding is over, the maize is removed from the mortar and poured onto a sack and left to dry in the sun. After drying, it is placed in a large half calabash, and the sieving process is done again by using 2 half calabashes. It should be noted that for the muthokoi to cook nicely, all the outer skin of the maize, what they call makole, must be removed by sieving against the wind. So then how is muthokoi cooked? The Kambas best cook in clay pots on traditional open fireplace of 3 stones, as pictured here. Muthokoi is put in the pot. You can add beans, mboso, cowpeas, ndoko, pigeon peas, nzu, or any other legumes underwater. Cooking a standard meal for a standard family can take 2 to 3 hours. Now with the water and the firewood being added constantly, because as it burns, water evaporates, fire will get finished, so it is pretty labor intensive. When it thoroughly cooked, the excess water, called kitoi, is drained out by tilting the pot a bit. This is called kulekula or kukeluka mbizu. The excess water, the kitoi, is very nutritious. It is usually given to babies. One can also use it to add onto the already served meal if it becomes dry. So there it is. You can also opt to add pumpkins, malenga, then mash using a big wooden spoon, like the one you see here in the picture, which is called mwiko. During olden times, there was no salt. So some soil called kidayo, which was collected from the river, was mixed with the water and sieved. The result was a salty liquid, which was added to the muthokoi meal. The serving was done on half calabash, and then ghee, which they call mautama ng'ombe, was added to make it tasty and delicious. Spoons carved out of a gourd or kiku were used for eating, or one could even use their bare hands with their fingers. You can see some of the spoons, the carvings of ukambani. Sometimes the koi can be served with the avocado, as you can see here. You can see it is being served from the pot. Top right picture with a wooden spoon. And you can see a child eating with a spoon. So this is the delicious muthokoi. I guess then that child will grow up to be very beautiful. I don't know. Is it myth? Is it belief? But there it is. Muthokoi can be preserved. It can stay hot for some time. And how did they do it? So for preservation, the muthokoi is wrapped in banana leaves and put in another half calabash, then placed on a wooden rack, which was and is still used for drying utensils or uta. It could last for almost a week without going bad. So you see, the traditional way of preserving. The banana tree. The banana has many uses. You can see, I captured this picture. Packaging the future. Banana leaves as the perfect natural package. Check on this video channel of mine, and you'll see I've covered the many uses of banana. Banana is a very useful plant. We eat the fruits. We can use it for fiber, making attires. You know, we can use it as vegetables, as fruits, and all that, and all. So, well, do you want to try muthokoi? There it is. I was given 4 reasons why Kamba women are naturally beautiful. That's the source. Hivisasa. I've given you the contact, but I experienced the muthokoi myself. Delicious, and I saw how it's prepared. Good. Try muthokoi. You might become like them.